Question on fasting. So how does fasting help your relationship with God? Well, it does a lot of things. So one, fasting is directly tied to the works of the flesh, right? When you eat, you satisfy your flesh. And so oftentimes we become so consumed with the ways of the world, with what we're eating, with what we're doing, with what we're perceiving, with the future, the past. We're consumed with so much in the world. And so what fasting is taking a break from all that, and it's quitting to do something that you've been struggling with for an extended period of time. So for example, let's say you struggle with, I don't know, eating too much candy. I just did a fast on that. I eat so much candy, guys. It's actually really bad. So I struggled with eating candy, so I quit eating candy for a set period of time to focus on my relationship with God and illuminate what God is doing me. Now, many of us are called to fast, but some of us are not called to fast. It's not merely something that you do to work out, which in the workout sphere we call intermittent fasting. It's a lot more spiritual than that because you're starving your flesh. And when you starve your flesh, you allow an opportunity for the Spirit to come and fill you up. So when you're fasting, some tips when you fast is whenever you feel tempted to do whatever you're fasting from, go ahead and get into the Word or do something spiritual, whether that be meditate, whether that be read the Bible, whether that be worship, whatever it is, make sure it's doing something spiritual. Because as you're draining the flesh, you want to be filling up with the Spirit. There's no point in fasting if you're just going to be draining the flesh and not filling it up with the Spirit. It's like, okay, now you're just empty in general. Like the point is to empty your physical body so you can fill it up to the max with your spiritual body. And so how does it help your relationship with God? Well, after this, the idea is that, well, you can that you are now going to be a much better Christian, that you're going to be closer to God, more focused on God. And so if you're not physically healthy enough to fast, right? If you're not physically healthy enough, you can do a lot of things. You don't always have to fast from something physical that you can eat. You can fast from something like social media. You can fast from even the gym. If you're a gymaholic, you can fast from going to the gym. If you watch too much YouTube, you can go ahead and fast from YouTube for a set period of time. It all depends on what you struggle with. So if you struggle with some deeper sins, like pornography or masturbation, like those things are perfect opportunities for you to fight with fasting. Like those are things that are fighting fasting. And as we see in Galatians 16 through 26, it really tells us what the fruit of the Spirit is and what are these lusts of the flesh that we're talking about.